Hi friends, it's Strifor, and in today's video, we are going to talk about a company that has become one of this year's major newsmakers.
Boeing.
In the last century, this company was a symbol of reliability, innovation, and a perfect example of the American dream. Today, however, its name is more associated with negligence, airplane crashes, and mass disappointment. This is about one of the flagships of world aviation, Boeing. In this video, you will learn how the drive to take the stock to the peak brought down both the stock and the company's reputation, how the victory and takeover of the main competitor was the beginning of a protracted crisis. We will also tell you what the company is in now and what the future may hold. But before you start watching, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss other interesting reviews. Boeing has been a key player on three fronts: civil aviation, defense, and space, for more than a century. The company was founded in the early 20th century by William Boeing, a lumberman from a family of German migrants who became interested in aviation, built his first seaplane, and created a company that quickly began to attract attention. Its first successes were government contracts for World War I. In general, wars are often catalysts for the development of companies. In a military conflict, countries dramatically increase demand for airplanes, automobiles, weapons, and military supplies. This allows companies serving the defense sector to receive not only large-scale orders, but also access to government funding to create new technologies. Examples of such companies abound. General Motors and Ford were among the largest producers of military equipment. Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer were among the largest producers of medicines. Even Coca-Cola provided the army with beverages. And today, decades later, CFDs on the shares of all these companies are traded at broker Strifor. Boeing was no exception. During World War I, the company received its first major government order for military airplanes, which gave it a strong start. And during World War II, Boeing produced thousands of bombers, including the legendary B-17, which made the company world famous. It is worth noting that between the wars, Boeing developed civil aviation and achieved serious success even during the Great Depression. The company absorbed several small aircraft manufacturers and even received a charge from the US Antitrust Service. After the investigation, they were dropped, but William Boeing reacted painfully to the fact of such an inspection and sold his share in the company. However, without him, the company was doing very well. The management retained the tradition of gathering the best specialists in the team, sparing no money and effort on quality and innovation. Thanks to this, the company produced the world's first transatlantic airliner, the jet Boeing 707. It was very popular and brought a lot of money, from which new models were created, 737 and 747, which became real bestsellers. Remember in what year the 737 was founded. It will come in handy for us in the future. Boeing became a real flagship of the world aviation and reached more and more new heights. At the end of the millennium, one of its main competitors, McDonnell Douglas, was absorbed. It would seem that this is an incredible success. However, many people associate the end of Boeing's golden era and the beginning of a protracted crisis with this very event. The new management team, consisting mostly of McDonnell Douglas managers, shifted the focus from innovation and quality to increasing profits and shareholder value. An era of austerity began. Investments in development were cut, skilled employees were laid off, and instead of creating new models of aircraft, preferred to modernize old ones. The stock was rising and the company looked successful on paper, but its foundation was weakening. The result of this policy was 2018, two major airplane crashes and Boeing's first major wave of failures. Pursuing short-term gains, the company developed the Boeing 737 MAX in a hurry and with minimal investment. The rush was caused by the fact that one of the main competitors, Airbus, released a new fuel-efficient engine and received a large government order for this product. Boeing received the same state order, but the management did not have the time and desire to make a new model, so another modification of the Boeing 737 took place. Many experts believe that new engines were installed on the outdated fuselage to reduce cost and time for certification. This decision became fatal. In addition, the company did not provide pilots with the necessary training, and this led to two airplane crashes just 6 months apart. The planes crashed in Indonesia and Ethiopia, killing almost 350 people. Two disasters of this magnitude on the same model of airplane a few months apart could not have been an accident. Audits and lawsuits poured in on the company. Shareholders were outraged at the concealment of the defect. The 737 MAX was temporarily discontinued, and Boeing paid $2.5 billion in fines and damages. It was also a crushing blow to its reputation. However, compared to the scale of the disaster, the company got off with little blood and stayed afloat. Boeing had a chance to demonstrate its quality again, but instead it was a financial calculation that won out. The year is 2024, and in January, right in the middle of a flight, a door on the world's flagship airplane breaks off because it is missing 4 bolts. The investigation revealed that the only mechanic who can work on all the doors was on vacation when the plane was assembled. This is back to the theme of economizing on quality and manpower. But has no one among Boeing's thousands of employees noticed any problems in production? Many employees pointed out shortcomings to management, engaged in open confrontation, and even filed lawsuits. But management often ignored their comments, and this led to major internal conflicts and even tragic events among employees who dared to fight the problems. And this is where the most puzzling story begins. 2 former employees who were among Boeing's chief accusers were found dead just shortly before a court hearing where they were to testify against the company. They had no serious health or mental problems, but there was no evidence of Boeing's involvement in these deaths. However, such a coincidence could not but cause conspiracy theories in a large part of society. What do you think about this situation? Write in the comments. Now the company's problems continue. Many believe that the company's future depends on the next few months. Now, total savings is not a choice of the management, but a vital necessity because the company has more than $45 billion of net debt, which continues to grow. Because of this, Boeing may lose its investment-grade credit rating and get a junk category. Regulators' demands on the company have gotten tougher. Employees staged one of the largest strikes and have been on strike since September, amid wage cuts, staff reductions, and harsh working conditions. As a result, the company's shares have fallen 42% since the beginning of the year. Besides, Boeing has problems not only with civil aviation. One of the main scandals of this fall was the Boeing Starliner spacecraft. Already during the flight, it had technical problems, after which NASA decided that the ship was not safe for the return home of the 2 astronauts in the ship. The astronauts remained on the International Space Station. Their week-long flight will now stretch to 8 months, and a ship from rival SpaceX Elon Musk will pick them up in February. And this is another very painful blow to Boeing's reputation. The other day, it was reported that Boeing is ready to sell its space business because of financial problems and heavy competition with SpaceX. However, it should be noted that all is not so hopeless. In August, the company changed its management. Many believe that all of Boeing's problems came at the moment when the company began to be led by managers with accounting or legal experience instead of experienced engineers for whom aviation is not an empty sound. The company's new CEO, Kelly Ortberg, is an engineer with years of experience, having previously been CEO of Collins Aerospace and Rockwell Collins. The manager has already made a number of decisions and presented a plan to get the company out of the crisis. Among them, an expanded sale of shares, thanks to which Boeing has already been able to raise about $21 billion, as well as the sale of illiquid assets, reduction of production, employees, and partial reduction of salaries. All of these measures the head called forced in the current financial realities. It is also worth noting that despite many negative accidents, Boeing is still one of the world's leading aircraft manufacturers. While the 737 MAX has had a number of disasters, the 777 model is considered one of the safest in the world civil aviation. In addition, Boeing is one of the key links in the US defense sector and receives many orders from the Pentagon. Boeing is in severe turbulence right now. The stock has fallen a lot and can both continue to fall and start to recover in value in case of successful results of Ortberg's reforms. Traders and investors should keep a close eye on the company's news, which is released regularly against the backdrop of the situation. This will help to understand the current context of what is happening in the company we have told you about today. What does the Boeing story teach? There is a lesson to be learned from it. both for those who deal in company stocks and for any trader, investor, or person studying financial literacy. In the pursuit of super profits, perfect reporting, and high performance, one must realize what is behind the numbers. If this is not realized, success, even if it does come, will be ephemeral. After all, if you can't see anything behind the numbers, there will be nothing to support them. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss other interesting videos. And if you are interested in trading on the markets of stocks, currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and metals, follow the link in the description and take advantage of favorable trading conditions from a licensed broker, Strifor. With us, your funds will be insured to the amount of €20,000. See you in the fascinating world of financial markets.